Hello, hello! Welcome back! I think everything is working. Once again, I've stopped editing precisely 30 seconds ago, which is why I'm also a few minutes late. But here we are. Finally! Well, actually, I'm kind of a week late, because I was meant to do this last week, but I didn't do it. So, here we are. We're gonna watch 2 episodes back to back. What's this? There are new buttons. Why are there new buttons? I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, we'll watch episode 2 and 3. Something that has been very, very interesting. Before I start watching, something that I feel like is worth mentioning and is a bit of an alarming trend, right? So this is something I've observed purely from my own channel. Talking about, like, The Walking Dead, of course. So, usually, when something new to do with, like, a certain franchise comes out, you just see interest, like, go up across the board, right? In terms of video views. That hasn't happened with The Ones Who Live. Like, at all. So... because I heard it did pretty good numbers, the first episode. I heard it was probably the best performing, I think, of the spin-offs. Let me look that up. The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, viewers. Because I think the numbers were decent. But purely based on my channel, it is a bit like, I don't know. Yeah, 3 million viewers. Which is good. It's good, but there doesn't seem to be... I don't know if interest is up. There doesn't seem to be anything. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it ends. Just something that I noticed, because with Avatar, right? Even with Avatar, the sentiment was super mixed. Everything popped off. And the same thing goes for, like, Attack on Titan and everything. So this is kind of weird. Even with Dead City, I saw a bigger spike. So, I don't know. Very odd situation. But alright. That's it. Let me bring up the episodes. We'll do the good old timer thingy again. And then we'll get everything going. Where is it? The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, there it is. Right. Oh, and I also heard that Gimple was talking about, the whole, like, another climax of all, like, the spin-offs. I mean, we've heard about it before. But I really, really hope that this is not what that's leading to, because I just wanna see the end of Rick's story. I'm not gonna lie. I hope we're not starting another whole saga. Right. That said, you can see the timer right there. We'll sync it up in a second. I just need to make sure that I stop the music and I mute the audio so I don't get blasted by AMC. And then we'll get right into it. All right. Twitch, YouTube, everything's fine. I'll move that over there, and then let me move this up. All right. That said, episode 2. No, this is 3. Whoops. Episode 2. Episode 2. Let me go to the start. Let me go to the start, and then we'll sync up our times, and we'll jump right into it. All right. In 5, 4, 3. 2, 1, let's go. Why is the... I can't hear... Okay, here we go. Let's see. I've heard that this is basically the Michonne episode, which is what I expected from the previews. I've already forgot about, like, all of their names. I remember Maze. I don't remember the dude's name. Oh, but he's dead. Never mind. It doesn't have, not important. He's dead. Forgot about that. Is Okabe or something? No, Okabe is Steins Gate. The hell's this? Okay. That is an interesting cold open. I saw people were picking apart this intro on the Reddit. I need to look more into it. The map especially. I wonder if they're editing it on the fly. That'd be pretty cool. The Ones Who Live. 6 years after the bridge. Hello. That's sad. I wish they did like more just like solo survivors. It feels like everyone is suddenly very friendly, like these big communities. That's why I'm, by the way, super interested in the Rick stuff, because that's like the Dark Forest. Yeah, we've seen them in the trailer already, so I guess... So this is our squad, I guess. Is the Whaley like just their version of walkers? It has to be, right? Alright, so these are the convoys we saw way back. Okay, that's a ton of fun. All the side characters in this have already been super interesting. Are we going to get the Goofy Walker scene? I want to see the Goofy Walker scene. Nat feels like a more like goofy, jokey Eugene, and I like it. Hello. I wonder how they're going to write this convergence. It's probably going to be like right at the end of this episode, maybe? I don't know. Oh my god, it's gonna be the Goofy Walker scene. Yep, there it is. This is the one I wanted to know the full context of. This is literally me in Elden Ring. Surely this is not very smart, right? Like, approaching them. Surely not. Also, why do their clothes look pristine? One of them had like a sweater that looked brand new. That yellow sweater makes no sense. Literally looks new. I mean, still had a few holes, but I can't unsee that yellow sweater now. I wonder if it's because they've only shot like a few actual real people and the rest is just CG. I don't think that's how. I don't think that's how walkers work. I don't think you can just divide them up very neatly into two. Okay, that was dumb. That was really, really, really dumb. But okay, fine. That was goofy. I don't even know why they had to do that, considering they're not moving actually through it right away anyway. I think this is a bit of a pacing issue. Everyone is way too friendly. Like, straight up. In all of these new spin-offs, it feels like everyone is just, like, immediately super friendly. It feels kind of odd. That's true. There was a story about, like, them, I think it was in Egypt or something, they, like, uncovered some sort of weird underground thing, like an archaeology site, and there was preserved honey. Honey just lasts forever. True. They're all dead, right? They're all gonna die. It's like, yeah, we're gonna be there when you find Rick. No, no, nah, you won't. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Nat is easily probably one of my favorite new characters. Like, straight up. Oh. We're about to have an explosion. This scene is from the trailer. Yep, here we go. This is what I was asking, right? Like helicopters flying around. Well, that escalated quickly. Ugh. That's not pleasant. I've got no idea how realistic any of this is, by the way. I don't know how long it sticks around and stuff. Ugh. Ugh. That's messed up. Yeah, the only thing that kind of feels off right now is the pacing. That's like the one thing now. We've gone from like ludicrously slow to there being a jump cut like in the middle of a scene, and like Michonne is struggling. Next moment she's up against the door and they're already like clearing a whole building. This feels a bit more like the stuff I complained about with Avatar and the pacing there. And she's dead. We knew her for 20 minutes. If Nat's dead, I'm gonna riot. Was burning, so Nat is alive, right? First episode was pretty fast-paced too. We spent over 2 years. That is true, but I don't mean like fast-paced in the sense of like how much time actually passes. I think it's just the editing decisions that are a bit odd. Because like the whole wall of walkers, oh, that's a cool shot. Oh, that is such a badass shot. Please tell me they realize that everyone likes Nat. Nat needs to live. He needs to be the one who lives. Don't tell... Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. The day is saved. The day is saved. We're good. Hey, yo. Why do you not show what part you're watching on screen? Because I don't want to get blasted by AMC. Tomato sauce. Are we gonna have a scene of Michonne eating a huge tub of tomato sauce? Like we had with Carl in the pudding? We keep focusing on the window. There's gonna be a helicopter, right? And that's when Michonne's gonna run off. Windows just showing the seasons pass? Yeah, that also, but Did they just hit, like, the jackpot of supplies? It feels like, we'll talk about it. So the fire is like his stress response, right? He immediately flicks the lighter. Please tell me, like, Nat blows up the CRM. Just like all of it. Nat just blows all of it up. Nat is so cool. Easily one of my favorite new characters. Not even one of, like, out of all of the spin-offs, it's not even close. F. I don't want to burst your bubble, but I think if one of them was Rick, I don't think you'd be able to tell. Just saying. I don't think so. Is that snow? Pretty sure that's snow. Snow pog? Oh, this is a cool track. I want to get the OST. Let me see if the OST is on Spotify. The Ones Who Live. Yes! No! That was clickbait. Or I'll check it later. It's time for Michonne to solo a helicopter. Okay. Okay, convince me this makes sense. Let's see. What the hell is this? Is this like a thunder spear from a tiger? Just gonna roll with it. I didn't expect this is how Attack on Titan would cross over with The Walking Dead. A goddamn thunder spear. What the hell is that? I love the music. The weapon is beyond ridiculous. Like, it's not even... Yikes. Well, that was a close call. It's cool that they gave her the line. Because Rick's last thing was, I found them, and now she completes it. That's good. Well, you kind of are, though, you know? I mean, you say that, but you know. Very cute, but what about the other dudes, about the other helicopter? Do we just want to make sure that maybe they're dead as well? I guess not. What if Nat decides that we need to get Thunder Speared real quick? Rumbling in the distance? Speaking of Thunder Spears. Rick is big brain. Always use fake names. All right, so I think Rick is gonna be... Is that Rick Grimes? I'm done. I'm done. Goodbye. Imagine making a character that I get more invested in than like half of the season 11 cast. I need a Nat spinoff. That's what I need. I don't care about Daryl Dixon in France. Daryl Dixon. I need a Nat spinoff. I want to see the invention of the Thunder Spear. I want to see the invention of ODM gear within the Walking Dead universe. I want to see science. They should have released this in the trailers to mess with people. This is what they should have given us in the trailer. Just give us a shot of a dude that clearly... Oh, they're doing the Rick shot again. Okay. And fade to white. They're doing the Rick thing. Okay. Which brings us full circle. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Very cheeky. Should have said Elodie or something. Okay. They're being very cheeky about it. So... There he is. Yep. Thought we were gonna get some strategic talk. No, they're just gonna make out for a second. Okay. Makes sense. I was about to say one of. Rick looks so dead inside, it's insane. Yeah, oh, there's one more thing. One more little boy. By the way, I do really hope that the CRM isn't actually stopped. I hope we just somehow get out and that's it. And it just remains as this, like, thing wiping out humanity. He should have lived. No, I don't care about the rest of them. Gonna be honest with you. I hope they don't wipe the whole thing out, because it would be unrealistic. Like, this episode, it's gotta be up there with, like, logic-breaking, rule-breaking episodes of all time. You know? This is kind of like Rosita RPG levels of, what's even going on. What was the dude's name? Silas? I'm pretty sure we saw him in the pictures, right? We haven't seen him yet. Why would you turn the key and then turn it back? What is Maze up to? I'm pretty sure Maze is doing something that she shouldn't be doing. Is Maze gonna turn out to be the antagonist here? Danger! Oh, you bet it's danger. I think that's it. Oh! Maybe not Maze. Technically. Not gonna lie, I forgot about her. Like, completely. I think this is how you trigger, like, main Walking Dead fans. I don't think they should have brought up the language angle again. I don't. I think it was a bad idea. Okay, that's it. Alright. This episode, it was good, but I don't think it was as strong as the first one. Like, no shot. The walkers at the start, that's like breaking every rule of how walkers operate for seemingly no reason because it's not relevant. Like, we don't actually see them go through the sea of walkers or anything. It's very odd. I don't see why they did that. Very odd choice. Also, the way they travel around, it feels like a lot of scenes are abruptly cut short. It's a very odd pacing thing because they lingered on a lot of like the campfire scenes, which is great, but them traveling around, it felt like very, very abrupt. Felt like it could have the scenes could have been linked together a bit better. I feel like that is the most obvious with the gas scene, right? It's like 1 second's the gas, second they're already going into the building and it's fine. It's like a very, very abrupt cut. It almost makes you feel like you've missed something. The dude, Nat, best character they've created in such a long time. S tier. The Thunder Spears make no sense. They're silly goofy. They literally make 0 sense by absolutely any measure. Is beyond goofy. Is beyond goofy. What I was going to say like halfway through the episode, especially with the whole supply stuff, it really feels like they're telling these stories, and this is true for Daryl Dixon, this is true for Dead City, this is true for so many of these things. It feels like they've forgotten the world they're set in. Unfortunately. Like, finding all the supplies, and then just chilling there for, like, however long they were supposed to be there, is just, like, one of those things that they kind of zoom past, even though, like, I just think how much struggle was surviving, you know? And now we're, like, nearby the CRM that is just going out and killing people left, right, and center, but we just stumble upon this building with, like, supplies for months. I don't know. Like, the logic of the series is the thing that just, like, very much, like, kind of makes me not be invested, because it feels like it's kind of, it's convenient. It feels contrived, in the same way that, like, Season 11 feels very contrived. It's just, like, things happen, and you're supposed to accept them. There's, like, no logical through line, if that makes sense. Other than that, though, interesting. We'll see what they do, because I'm going to watch episode 3 right now as well. I'm very curious what they're going to do with the CRM. Because I don't think it can go down. It doesn't make any sense for them to go down. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Oh, this is a shorter episode. Okay. I like them personally. You mean the Thunder Spears? I mean, it's not that I like them or don't like them. It's just that I wish we had like a more consistent vision, you know. It's something I've gone on for like months and months and months about The Walking Dead, right? It's kind of like the biggest thing when it comes to these stories, especially spin-offs, is the tone, right? You go from Game of Thrones to House of the Dragon, you know this is still like the Westeros, right? It has a very consistent vision. You go from The Walking Dead seasons 1 to like 7 to like 8 to 11 is completely different. Like, the logic of the show on the fundamental level looks completely different. And that I don't like. I don't like that at all. Alright. Episode 3. Episode 3. Let's do this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I could probably figure out a way. Hold on. Let me see. Or it's gonna be messy. Let's not do that. Years ago. Did they forget, like, what their timeline looks like, so they just said years ago? It's like, how... What? So, wait. He's like, how many years after the bridge? How many years? How many years after the bridge? 2 years, 7 years, 5 years. Okay, so it should be, you know what? Let's just write it down. Years ago. So Jade is like the FBI in here. I was gonna say CIA, but like CIA is not to operate in their own country, right? The FBI. That's a waste of food. True and real. True and real. Had he not been a little silly boy with the bridge? Just saying. Hours ago. I'm just thinking like, if Michonne is in the civilian part and Rick is in the military part, and they're not supposed to cross over, but they've already crossed over. But then that's kind of like the Commonwealth, right? Seeing Rick like this is a bit uncanny. I'm not. It's like, why? It's like. Jay just feels like a good villain for this. Yeah. Because the interesting part, this is one of those times where, like, if you really break it down, like, super rationally, what they're doing kind of makes sense. It's, like, extremely messed up, obviously it is. But, like, by the numbers, they're probably going to be the ones who make it. Purely by the numbers. You know? There's a reason why the Dark Force hypothesis exists in the first place. That's a bit on those. Shouldn't have said that. Way too on the nose. You know what this intro makes me think of? You know how there are those videos on YouTube of like X series if it were historical footage? I would love for a show. I mean, I've said this before. I would love for like a World War Z show that is like a actual adaptation of the book. It's like a historical retelling instead of some weird Brad Pitt hero movie. By the way, I don't like the World War Z movie at all. The book though is great. It'd be so cool to like watch archive footage of World War Z. That'd be so cool. Weapons mostly. Pretty easy. The Walker heads did look a little bit like melted chocolate. A bit odd. I wonder if they're setting up this whole like separation of entities for some sort of cure angle. You know, because everyone turns when they die, right? I wonder if the reason why they might be keeping them separated or something is because there's like a vaccine or something. So like not to cure when you're a walker, but so that you don't turn when you die or something like that. Because I'm thinking like the what's the big picture image for all of this? Keep your poker face, Rick. This feels like an anime. Oh my god. Rick is just like, yeah, you keep yapping. Dude's cooking up a plan. Yeah, I've got no idea how they're gonna do this whole Rick Michonne thing. Whatever I come up with, I don't think it really... Well, I mean, we have Thunder Spear, so I don't know. Did he leave us gifts? Because I'm thinking, like, why was the working title Summit? Because the Summit thing just came up in episode 1, and I don't think they would name it after that. Thinking the Summit is like something... I don't know. Incredible. Big W. He told you what's in the basement? Like, I can't help but keep comparing it. I think a series like that would slap, though. I was about to say she's gonna make him salute. She knows what's in the basement. What is he cooking now? He's got... Is he gonna, like... I wonder if they're gonna do, like, the whole... He's gonna imprison Michonne with the thing that he was with. And both of them are gonna get away. But they still go looking for him, right? Like, this doesn't solve the Jadis problem at all. Tell them I'm sorry. Yeah, but this doesn't solve the Jadis problem at all. So, what's the deal with that? You gotta feel very confident when you get the map and it has a question mark on it. It's like, hey, yo, maybe? Okay. This is a shot from the trailer, okay. Is there any reason to use red flashlights? Not sure. Well, that looks great. The screen maybe isn't as bright. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was gonna ask. Like, it feels like a red flashlight is like less bright, but I don't know if that's just like an optical illusion and it's not actually less bright. I don't know. Like, colored flashlights have always seemed kind of useless to me. Like, the only reason you'd use them is probably like for coordinating something, right? So if everyone has green lights. Okay. Okay. Glorious. A million percent they're gonna get pounced. Oh, that's smart. I don't think that's gonna work. I wonder what their protocol for the whole recruitment thing is. Because, like, couldn't he come up with some sort of, we're gonna go recruit people, then shoot all of them while they're recruiting them, and then just get out of Dodge? Probably not a good idea, but it's an idea. What gets me is that they even thought of, like, using different words for walkers, right? Like, with the whole Rick says, don't call them walkers, that's what I did. But the rest of the realism of the series is completely off. That's what gets me the most. I wish we had the attention to detail that we had, like, with the walkers. That'd be so cool. But I think, like, the problem is it wouldn't make any sense. I think, like, if it was 100% realistic, Michonne would be dead. Like, instantly. Okay, so we're breaking the fourth wall quite a bit, okay. Yep. Michonne's locked in. She is locked in. You got something to say to me? Wait, she doesn't know about Jadis, right? Don't pull that, Rick. Don't. Were you watching AMC Plus? Was that supposed to be a Glenn Easter egg? That looked like Glenn with the hat. Oh, here we go. Another one. I think this is what you call information asymmetry. It's like, I think you know him for sure. Dude sweating. It seems very convincing, Michonne. Good job. You seem very convincing. No shot, this is where everything pops off, right? Kind of a weird test. Wouldn't everyone answer yes? Seems like a weird vibe check. Because I expected yes to be the bad answer, but like it's not, right? Because that's what they're all about. I wonder what this basement secret is. What have they been told? So, I wonder how the hell this is gonna all, like, come together. That works, I guess. She just said, you know what, I'll do it myself. Michonne is locked in. This does feel a bit like I don't think it would be like, I think we're breaking physics a little bit with this thing. I don't think it's moving that fast. Another one of the world's most realistic explosions. We love these. And now she's just gonna be like, well, that explains it. Watch Mace pop up and be like, well, that makes sense now. Come on. Can never be worse than that season 4 10 Reaper explosion. I can't think of, like... I think Band of Brothers apparently has, like, realistic explosions. Anything that is fictional for some reason just forgets that, like, the dangers of an explosion is not the explosion, it's the shrapnel. Like, the explosion itself is not dangerous, like, basically at all. It's the metal shards that are flung in all directions that are dangerous. It's like with stuff like this, we just run like a few meters away, just hide behind a tree, it's good. They'd be showered. It'd be real bad. Maze. What do you think you're doing? Season 1 Shane reference? It feels like it. Doesn't the wait, hold up. Doesn't the episode numbers match up too? Because wasn't it episode 3? I think it was Tell It to the Frogs. Are they emulating season 1? Big Secret CDC? Episode 6? That was in episode 5? Really? Because I think it was early. Was it after they got back from Atlanta? No. I don't think so. The storm. I see what you're doing. It's a storm. I see what you're doing. Also, isn't it like... Isn't flying a helicopter during a storm like a death sentence? Not sure. Hope they had a parachute on. Well, I swear to God, okay, listen here and listen carefully. If the explanation for this is they were flying low and they like fell into the water and they were fine, then we're gonna have a long talk about this. Speaking of, that's a very nice jumping off point. I think what I've realized is they have a really good big picture story, but they have the same exact problem they've had ever since season 8. Because I wish they had, like, this entire story about, like, about the CRM and about this potential secret and about moving up and about people being like, I know the truth. You know, we go out there and we kill people for some reason. All of this hits every single mystery big picture note I want them to hit. But goddamn, when we see them fight the walkers, when we see them use this weird tech, when we see them use explosives, when we see them clear walkers in a neat line, like it's freaking, I don't know, like the Avatar, just splitting the sea and stuff. It's like all of those small bits of realism that like really made The Walking Dead are completely gone. And I can't get over that. I love the big picture stuff. I really do. But I wish I could get, like, invested in it without thinking that, like, none of this poses a problem because something will happen. You know? It's not like we are surrounded by 1,000 walkers and we're basically dead, right? It's like, oh, we're surrounded by 1,000 walkers, we're gonna, like, pump out thunder spears. Everything's gonna explode, we're gonna be fine. So it kind of undermines the entire story for me in a weird way. Which is really sad. Because I really love the big picture stuff. It's sad. It's very sad. You don't know what I've seen. That's so cool. Still better than Dead City and Daryl Dixon? I agree. 100%, yeah. Because Daryl Dixon and Dead City felt aimless. It's not even close. This, to me, with all of its flaws, I think it's like... It's much better than Dead City. Much better than Dead City. I would also say it's much better than Daryl Dixon. I would. But it still has the same exact problems. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know? If it had the writing, in terms of, like, small bits of realism and attention to detail, of, like, season 1 and 2, I would eat this up. I really wish it had that. Because I think they're, like, Like even the guns they're using, I think they're afraid of like retreading ground they've covered. But I think it's perfectly fine to retread bits like that. You know, I don't think anyone's gonna be sad about you using weapons that make sense. It's a weird one. Might be better than Season 8 to 11? I wouldn't say that yet. I wouldn't say that yet. I wouldn't. Because, like, I think Season 8 had a really... Season 8 had a good story that was told excruciatingly bad. You know? I don't know. This is a really, really weird one. Yeah. The thing that's, I think, like, if you want a super meta take, the reason why I don't feel like a burning desire to watch the episode as it comes out, and I think that ties into what I'm talking about here. Because that, like, grounded realism is lost, I don't feel like... You know how back in the day you would watch, like, Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead? Because anything could ever happen. Like, you literally had no clue what was going to happen, and in a very, very good way. It's not like in a subverting expectations sense, but literally anything could happen. And that's what made it super engaging. It feels like this, it doesn't have, like, the grit, you know, that makes me hooked on it. Because, like, clearly they're not gonna just randomly... Oh, maybe they are. Maybe this is gonna age poorly. I was going to say they're clearly not gonna, like, shoot Rick right away, right? But maybe they are. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they are. But who knows? That's, like, my universal criticism for basically all of these episodes thus far. Because if they had just focused on the, like, the internal politics of the CRM, man, I would eat it up. It'd be so good. It'd be so cool, like, focusing on... If we had, like, a dual-sided narrative of one of them piecing together stuff from, like, the city, and Rick piecing together stuff from, like, the military, I think that would be so cool. And then it could converge on this big truth, you know? There's definitely a level of grit lost because of just how far they are into the apocalypse. I think it's not even just because of how far into the apocalypse they are. It's because of, like, again, like the supplies. They just randomly stumble upon a entire store full of supplies. It's perfectly clean and all of that. It feels like they've forgotten how far they are, you know? I wish we actually, like, respected the danger of the world and how desolate it is. You know, but he's better than Dead City and better than Daryl Dixon, that's for sure. It's not even a contest for me at this point. This feels like infinitely more engaging because it actually has like a core thread going through it. The side characters though, like Maze is really, really good. And Nat, I mean, there's a reason why I stood up and walked away. Nat was badass. But yeah, I guess I'll be back again to watch a few more episodes, hopefully. Maybe once the season is done, I'm gonna do something on the main channel, but I don't know. We'll see. Because I still need to do the... I started working on the next Season 11 video, but then, like, I got distracted by a bunch of stuff. I'll loop back to that at some point. It's like, again, it's the same thing, right? Basically... If I'm not working on a lot of this stuff immediately, you can probably tell that, like, my personal interest is, like, waning. It's sad. It's sad. We'll see, though. We'll see. Summit. Moving like Shane, probably gonna die like him, too. I think it would be cool if they're, like, mirroring the Season 1 narrative. I think it would be cool. And if the summit is like the CDC, I think that'd be actually really, really cool. I don't know what the status on like Season 2 is. Not entirely sure, because they, like, at the very last moment, they started adding limited series. So I don't know, maybe it is limited. Jealousy towards Michonne instead of Rick this time? Yeah, that's what I mean. It feels like they are mirroring season 1. I mean, they even did it with the titles, right? Years Gone By. And I'm not sure if like, the Years Gone By stuff was to, like, mirror the first couple of episodes and then move on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because, like, everything from, like, them going to kill the walkers and everything, it does feel like they're mirroring, like, the trip into Atlanta and stuff, right? It does feel like that. But I don't know how far they're going to go with it. Like I said, the entire Dark Forest hypothesis, the entire big mystery of what they're doing, the entire keeping them separate stuff, all of that, like, on a conceptual level is so interesting. It's really, really interesting. I wish we focused on that. Honestly. I almost wish, like, it would have been interesting to have this be completely separate from the main characters. Because, like, Nat as a standalone character was great. Get a couple of these dudes, put them in the CRM, and we could have a whole separate story. I think it'd be cool. I don't know, though, because Rick is badass. Maybe Rick is there, and he's just, like, kind of a given, and I'm like, of course I'm going to watch it, because Rick is there. Maybe if he wasn't there, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. I guess those are my quick thoughts on this. Very unformulated thoughts. Basically the same thing I've been saying since, like, Season 8. Nothing's really changed on that front, unfortunately. So World Beyond, if it was good, yeah. I think, like, the problem with World Beyond was the complete opposite. World Beyond strung you along with a mystery and didn't give you anything else. That was my problem. Like, it genuinely felt like the World Beyond is tricking me into watching it. It was like you watch 40 minutes of nonsense, and then at the last 10 minutes, they give you lore. Season 2 was better, but it was still the same thing. I really, 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 really didn't like World Beyond. World Beyond was excruciatingly boring. Very, very boring. This, on the other hand, it feels like they're interweaving, like, that core mystery very well. I mean, there's a reason why I keep comparing it to The Basement, right? The Basement is like the pinnacle of all mysteries. I love The Basement mystery. Take me back. Take me back to The Basement. Those were the good days. Alright, that said, I have to go. This actually took longer than I expected. I thought the episodes would be slightly shorter. But yeah. Hopefully... Oh, next week there's One Piece. Hopefully next week I'm a bit more timely on the episode. We'll see though. We'll see though. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I'll be back sometime soon, TM. The Season 11 next retrospective is hopefully finally happening. Hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see what happens, because I started working on it. It's a goddamn mess, first of all. It's a complete mess. We'll see. Alright. Have a good one. Have a nice start of your week, and I'll see you back soon, TM. Bye-bye.